It's supposed to.
And I didn't have a lot of privilege. So when I was a kid, I got love, I got an education, and I got some hope. So I talk about hope a lot. I put hope on my signs. I gave a speech at the Democratic Convention called The Audacity of Hope. I wrote a book called The Audacity of Hope.
Turn it up.
I believe in hope. But sometimes I get criticized on the campaign trail. Senator Clinton said I'm peddling false hopes. False hopes. The idea is that I am somehow naive. I'm engaging in wishful thinking. I'm a talker and not a doer. That I'm not willing to fight for anything. I'm just sitting back and waiting for stuff to happen.
Now, when you're done, what do you
That's not what
press?
hope is.
The big button?
Hope is not blind optimism. Hope is not somehow being ignorant of the challenges and the roadblocks and the hurdles and the hardships that stand between you and your dreams. Hope is just the opposite. I know how hard it's going to be to bring about change in America. It will not be easy to provide health care to every American because the insurance companies, the drug companies, they don't want to give up their profits. I know it won't be easy to change our energy policy because the oil companies like all that money they're making.
Oh, they still voting. They still doing the primary in South Carolina.
If their kids are okay, they don't worry about somebody else's.
That's why I said 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 58 seconds before the poll closed down there.
Because too many people who have don't want to reach back and bring those have-nots.
Oh, see, it closes at 7 o'clock.
I know it's hard. I know because I fought on the streets as an organizer for folks who had lost their jobs. I fought in the courts as a civil rights attorney. I fought in the legislature to pass legislation, and sometimes I've seen good legislation done.
You think your mother watching this?
Were not enough. But I also know this. Nothing in this country worthwhile has ever happened except for some hope. Except somebody somewhere decided to believe. That's how this country was founded. All those patriots who decided to declare independence from the British Empire, nobody gave them a chance, but they had
wow.
hope. That's how slaves got through those.
They're expecting a large turnout down there, baby.
That's how a president chartered a new course to ensure
the
we
Democrat.
remain half slave and half free. That's how the greatest generation defeated.
So how do you know that 10 minutes are up?
Ourselves out of a Great Depression. That's how women won the right to vote. That's how workers won the right to organize. That's how people stood up all across the South. And young people came down on buses from the North. And they marched on the streets and they sat down at lunch counters. And they suffered fire hoses and attack dogs. And some went to jail. And some died for freedom's cause. That's what hope is.